This is my oldest son.
What's his name?
His name is Ezekiel Goldberg.
What is his name?
I don't know, and I don't care, to tell you the truth.
These little ones.
These are children that I got out of an orphanage, Michael Jackson style.
Oh my God, this is cute. What's your name?
Ezekiel Jr. and Ezekiel. The whole bit's not working out, so. I was doing a silly bit. That whole bit was just a shtick.
Okay.
I'm putting my flyers away here.
Put your flyers away and give me an ending.
Give you an ending. Give you an ending. An ending would be, pay your legal bills.
Yes, I have.
Or else they will garnish your salary and garnish your food. Thanks for stopping by. I'll do an ugly man picture before I go.
Go ahead. One more time. The ugly man. Woo! From Montclair State, New Jersey.
Montclair State College, 1957. I won the ugly man contest. I'm salivating.
Mr. G. Okay. On that note, Mr. G, let's have Mr. G again. There you go.
It hurts my face when I do that.
Okay.
So I guess I shouldn't do that.
Don't do that.
Have you seen Eddie over here?
Say goodnight, Eddie.
Here's Eddie.
What's going on here, Eddie? What do you got for Mr. G?
Where did he get this?
He's going to gain weight with all these goodies. Oh my goodness, you are so good to him.
I have good,
Thank you.
I have good people.
Yes, you are, sweetheart.
No problem.
Thank you.
We have good people in there. We have good people. That you give one to your wife, Rona.
What did Eddie give you?
This is Eddie. Eddie. What can you say about Eddie?
Eddie the Iceman.
What did he do for you? What did he do?
He does nothing.
I do nothing.
Nothing. He does not one stinking thing does he do. He brought me a cherry ice cream, which I'm gonna have right now. In fact, I'm gonna give some of this to your audience here.
Okay.
Stay still. Here, stay still.
Woo! Thank you. Delicious. Woo! The best.
You know where the spit came from?
Where'd the spit come from?
Brooklyn Dodgers used to advertise.
Oh, this bit. I thought you said this spit.
Bit, no, not bitter or nothing else. They used to pour beer into a jug in front of the camera, and it looked as if the camera was actually getting the beer or the cigarettes. So this is an old stick from back in the 1950s. So it's an old TV bit. See, there's nothing new under the sun or the daughter. But what we do is we just recycle old successful bits that have been very good. And to new people, it's brand new and funny. But to me, it's pretty much I know where I borrowed it from or where I stole it from.
You're the historian, right?
Well, I'm a historian for nothing, actually. But if you'll notice here, this is totally frozen. So I'm going to be having a tough time eating this. I need to have this warmed up. Could you sit on this for an hour or so?
Sure. Put it under the light.
Yeah, put it under the light. Yes.
We'll put the light up.
Actually, I've got to get the wrapping off the top. See, if your mother were here, we could put this on her forehead and cool her off.
No, that's finished. No more energy for this.
Why don't you stop wasting tape? Because I'm running out of clever bits. I'm wasting time because there's nothing that I want to do right now. I just want to have my ice thing here.
Okay, say goodnight.
Go over there, say goodnight.
I will.
Go over there and say hello to Eddie and to Rona and to Jean. They're all having their little
blizzard.
Little blizzard. Just go over there and bother them.
Yeah. Okay. What are you guys up to?
Watching Elvis.
How's the music? Great.
Yes, Elvis.
Thank you to Eddie with these wonderful collisions.
Very well.
Hot enough. Just it's a perfect treat. Okay, enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Say goodnight.
Bye, guys.
I I am ready, Mr. G.
In all seriousness, I want to say I was in a silly mood before, but the band you're about to see here tonight, if you don't pass out from heat prostration, is a group that I put together with Anthony Ligouri, the Elvis singer. And at the time, Anthony Ligouri was unhappy with a previous band that he had, whose name we shall not mention. And I knew that Bill Turner was the best country band on the East Coast, and he'd backed up most of the Elvises from New England down to Nashville. And I brought Anthony Ligouri down as a surprise guest one Saturday to Cryans Lounge in South Orange.
Did you introduced him to Cryans?
Yeah, I brought him down. I met him somewhere, I think at the White Castle in Orange. He was coming in from Hackensack. And we came in together and we stood in the shadows, and I said to Bill Turner, I have a singer, thinks he's an Elvis impersonator and he wants to try a song. And I winked to Bill, and Bill knows that I was up to some good. Not no good, but some good. And Anthony Ligouri went up there, and the minute he opened his mouth, electricity struck Cryans, and I get credit for that.
You know,
but unfortunately, I don't get credit from certain people who should be giving me credit for putting a dynamite combination together, like merging two banks like PNC and Citibank, or putting Brown and Levine. Yeah, I get no credit for that. Did I tell you Larry Brown called me up?
No.
Larry Brown called me up twice about a month ago, and I have it on tape. I have 2 messages on tape, and he sort of apologized. He didn't just call out of the clear blue, because he never would have. But I sent him a copy of that large DVD that we gave to you, the one you said wasn't playing.
And let me interject. You have put a lot of people together, and having listened to that tape, that there's tremendous
Yeah,
credit
you said
to
it wasn't playing properly.
Well, I can play it, but I cannot reproduce it.
You don't have to. Well, you're at that age now in life where reproduction is hard for you, isn't it?
No, we need to reproduce it to get you on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.
Oh, but it can be it can be looked at.
Yes, we can watch it, but if we want to rip the video off so that it can be transmitted into other forms,
I see.
We need an original copy, which Mr. Petraka has
Yes,
promised.
he'll come up with that, because he's very good at that. So Larry Brown, you see me struggling here. I'm trying to get the little tissue paper off the top, and I'll stop.
There is a knife in the little basket. Would that help you?
No, I'll concentrate on my story.
Okay, go ahead.
And Larry Brown saw the DVD that you were unable to look at, and he said
I
it's
did
very...
see it. I just want to transfer it. Okay.
And he said he's sort of apologetic for never giving me credit. And he says, I give you a lot of kudos for staying with it as long as you have. And you get a lot of credit because you did put us together, and I've never recognized that fact. And if I want to play that tape recording, it's here on my cell phone, and you can hear him thanking me and appreciating what I had done. So I finally get Larry Brown to admit it. So I said to him, if you'll put this in writing, at least I can show it to people. He wouldn't consent to do that yet. But I do have him on 2 messages on my cell phone.
Is it on speakerphone? Would we pick it up? Or you can play it for me on the phone and I could pick it up.
Yeah, we'll have to do that at a time. But it's not proper to use a tape recording and make it public, because that would be unethical, Eddie style.
Have you done that before with Mr. Clark?
Oh yeah, Dick Clark. Yeah, I did that, and I got in trouble because on that recording it had Dick Clark giving his California phone number over there in Burbank, and people started to call that number, believe it or not. And even Eddie Nelson called up there, and I got an angry phone call from Dick Clark, which I never told anybody about. And he said, I'm surprised and disappointed that you're giving out my phone number and they're calling the switchboard here at Burbank in my office.
Let's get Eddie in this shot.
Let's not get Eddie in any shots, because Eddie is totally useless.
He's not useless.
He's useless. Yeah, but he brought me a frozen succulent item here, and you can't get the tissue paper off here. Can you peel the top of that off? Because it will not come off, and I'm breaking my fingernails.
Why do I have to peel it off for you?
Because I can't. I'm working with just one finger. Why don't you just stick that in there?
You got to announce it.
Yes,
Stand at the
Can
pack.
you do this?
Sure he can.
Seen them walking by before. So they didn't recognize him.
Did Mr. Eddie come through for you again and actually get that to work for
Yeah, he's a
you?
good person.
Concert. I'm not home. So I said, can you get a ride to the
None of us
garage
go
to get it?
through red lights. We don't do that.
So I guess
It's really a joke. I didn't want him to eat it.
He has to be somewhere.
So he's
Has
all
to be
right
at work
Yeah.
at 3 o'clock in the
Quite
morning.
concerned
It's fine.
about him.
So I got to leave
Tell,
here.
Try not to get it all over your clothes.
30.
I'll endeavor to
Take him in.
do what you just
He
said.
has to be somewhere at
Do
6
you want to
o'clock.
tell her about how many socks and
Something.
gloves?
So
and
it's all
No, we don't talk